What does Scrum's definition of done help a team produce? 1. Functionality that has been designed and analyzed. 2. Product functionality ready to be tested. 3. Functionality that has been deployed to the users and delivers real business value. 4. An increment of potentially shippable product. In Scrum, the definition of done helps a team produce. 4. An increment of potentially shippable product. This means that by the end of a sprint, the team should have completed an increment of the product that meets the agreed-upon quality standards and is ready for release, or at least in a state that could be released if needed. What does the product owner do during a sprint? 1. Clarifies requirements and answers questions. 2. Intervenes when required to make sure the pace of work is sustainable. 3. Guide the team in its work. 4. Protects the team and the process. During a sprint, the product owner primarily 1. Clarifies requirements and answers questions. The product owner ensures that the team fully understands the user stories and the work that needs to be done. They are available to clarify requirements, answer questions, and provide feedback to help the team deliver the most valuable work during the sprint. For what type of work is Scrum most suitable? 1. Simple. 2. Predefined. 3. Complex. 4. Low risk. Scrum is most suitable for 3. Complex work. Scrum is designed for projects where requirements may change and evolve, where there is a high level of uncertainty, and where collaboration and iterative development are necessary to manage complexity and deliver value incrementally. When is the sprint completed? 1. When committed items have met their definition of done. 2. When the time box expires. 3. When tasks are complete. 4. As determined by the size of the team. A sprint is completed. 2. When the time box expires. In Scrum, a sprint has a fixed time box, typically 1 to 4 weeks. It ends when the designated time for the sprint expires, regardless of whether all work is completed. Any unfinished work can be carried into the next sprint if needed. Which technique is a productive method for the Scrum Master to use to help facilitate communication between the team and product owner? 1. Facilitate collaborative meetings between them. 2. Teach the product owner about the technologies employed during the sprints. 3. Teach the team to talk in terms of business needs and objectives. 4. All of the above. The most productive method for the Scrum Master to facilitate communication between the team and the product owner is 1. Facilitate collaborative meetings between them. While teaching the team to understand business needs, option 3, is valuable, and occasionally educating the product owner on technologies, option 2, might help. The core responsibility of the Scrum Master is to ensure clear communication and collaboration. This is best done by facilitating productive meetings like sprint planning, backlog refinement, and sprint reviews where both the team and product owner can interact effectively. Who is primarily responsible for maintaining the product backlog? 1. Scrum Master. 2. Scrum Development Team. 3. Product Owner. 4. Stakeholders. 3. The product owner is primarily responsible for maintaining the product backlog. This includes prioritizing items, adding new items, refining existing ones, and ensuring that the backlog is aligned with business goals and customer needs. A stakeholder asks the team to add a story to the current sprint last minute. What should the team do? 1. Add the story to the next sprint. 2. Inform the product owner so she can work with the stakeholder. 3. Respect the stakeholder's authority and add the story without any adjustments to the current work. 4. Add the story to the current sprint and drop a story of equal size. The team should 2. Inform the product owner so she can work with the stakeholder. In Scrum, the product owner manages the product backlog and decides the priorities for the sprint. Any changes to the sprint should go through the product owner, who can then evaluate the request, discuss. Which of the following is the main purpose of the sprint backlog? 1. For the Scrum Master to manage the progress of the sprint. 2. For the product owner to understand what the team has committed to for a sprint. 3. For the team to manage the number of hours spent on tasks in a sprint. 4. For the team to manage themselves during the sprint. For the team to manage themselves during the sprint. Explanation. The sprint backlog is primarily for the team to organize and manage their work during the sprint. In a 30-day sprint, how long is the sprint review meeting? 1. 4 to 8 hours. 2. At least 8 hours. 3. As long as required. 4. 4 hours maximum. 1. 4 to 8 hours. In a 30-day sprint, the sprint review typically lasts between 4 to 8 hours to review the work completed and discuss next steps with stakeholders. Agile Manifesto says to value responding to change over following a plan. Which of the following statements illustrates this? 1. Changes are accepted up until the point that the first sprint begins. Then, changes are deferred to a future release. 2. Changes are accepted at any time during the development effort depending on the business value of the change, the product owner's acceptance, and the ability of the team to respond in a time frame acceptable to the product owner. 3. Changes are accepted up until about halfway through the project. Then all changes are deferred to a future release. 4. Changes are accepted only if other features are removed from the backlog, such that a fixed end date is maintained. 2. Changes are accepted at any time during the development effort. Explanation. Agile values responding to change over following a fixed plan, allowing for flexibility in response to evolving requirements during a project. During a sprint planning meeting, the product owner 1. Determines how the team accomplishes work. 2. Presents stories she would like the team to complete during the sprint. 3. Decides how many stories will be delivered by the end of the sprint. 4. Divides selected stories into specific tasks. 2. Presents stories she would like the team to complete during the sprint. The product owner is responsible for presenting the user stories or backlog items that the team will work on during the sprint. The Scrum Master 1. Controls the priority order of items in the team's backlog. 2. Is the keeper of the product vision. 3. Is the team's Scrum expert. 4. Creates, refines, and communicates customer requirements to the team. 3. Is the team's Scrum expert. The Scrum Master acts as the expert in Scrum practices and ensures that the team follows Scrum methodology. Why should the product owner attend the daily Scrum? 1. To comment on the team's progress. 2. To make sure the team is still on target for its sprint goals. 3. To see the progress being made and determine whether the team needs help. 4. To tell the team which tasks to work on next and update the product backlog. 3. To see the progress being made and determine whether the team needs help. The product owner attends the daily Scrum to stay informed about the team's progress and see if there are any issues needing attention. Which of the following is the responsibility of the product owner? 1. Determine the length of the sprints. 2. Determine the appropriate release dates. 3. Determine the team composition necessary for success. 4. Determine the appropriate technical solution for the project. 2. Determine the appropriate release dates. The product owner is responsible for deciding on release dates based on business priorities and progress made by the team. What is the approach that Scrum encourages when a team determines it will be difficult to deliver any value by the end of a sprint? 1. Immediately escalate to senior management. 2. Suggest the product owner abnormally terminate the sprint. 3. Together with the product owner, focus on what can be done and identify a way to deliver something valuable at the end of each sprint. 4. Extend the sprint by a few days to accommodate the extra work. 3. Together with the product owner, focus on what can be done and identify a way to deliver something valuable. Scrum encourages teams to focus on delivering value each sprint, even if they can't complete everything initially planned. Who is responsible for the business value delivered by a Scrum team? 1. Scrum Master. 2. Program Sponsor. 3. Product Owner. 4. Project Manager. 3. Product Owner. The product owner is responsible for ensuring that the team delivers business value with each product increment. Which role is responsible for turning the product backlog into incremental pieces of functionality? 1. Scrum Master. 2. Everyone within the project. 3. Product owner. 4. Team. 4. Team. The team is responsible for turning the product backlog into usable increments of functionality. Which is the maximum recommended length for the sprint? 1. 30 days. 2. 60 days. 3. 90 days. 4. As long as is needed to deliver a potentially shippable product increment. 1 to 30 days. The maximum length for a sprint is typically 30 days, as per Scrum guidelines, to maintain regular feedback and adaptation cycles. If a team member is consistently late for the daily Scrum, what is usually the first thing a team should do? 1. Meet with the team member to determine a solution. 2. Ask the Scrum Master to move the team member off the team. 3. Have the team member do the testing. 4. Report the team member to his or her manager. 1. Meet with the team member to determine a solution. Explanation. If a team member is consistently late, the first step is to discuss it with them and the team to find a solution.